T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys. Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another Monday night live show. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. You know how it goes by now, people. Hope you had a fantastic start to your week. It is a new week. Liverpool have, what have we got? Is it 2 games this week or is it 1 this week and 1 next week? Either way, Liverpool are going to be back in action on Wednesday against Bayern Munich. We'll be live for that. We will also have something coming out before that game, a nice little special show for you guys as well. Some news to get through tonight. Some interesting stuff. First and foremost, though, Drift, we ain't even really spoken. Well, we spoke briefly over the weekend. Both of us were a bit hyped. But how you doing, my bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
If you didn't believe me then, do you believe me now?
Believe me now. Hey, shout out to all the doubters, innit?
He's too small, they said, Drift. He's not hard enough. You don't hit hard enough. He's not strong enough.
Not strong enough. Not quick enough.
Amazing. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about Spence versus Crawford. One thing I will say, obviously, we're big Crawford fans. We both wanted Crawford to win. We both expected Crawford to win. What I don't like, though, Drift, and I'm not even going to spend long on this because obviously it's a Liverpool show. I don't like the fact of Errol Spence took this fight knowing he didn't really need to take this fight. Could have done what other boxers do, not take the fight, still make money fighting other people who he knows he's going to beat. He took the fight, he lost. He's been respectful in the lead up, respectful after the fight, made no excuses in the lead up, made no excuses after the fight, and he's being ridiculed. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, when we sit here and we go, why don't the best fight the best? I mean, we kind of see it now, innit? This is the reason why, because if they lose, they get ridiculed for it instead of being admired for taking the risk and like being celebrated even though they've lost. It was a lot, man.
I think that's got a lot to do with the Spence crowd kind of making a lot of excuses that Errol himself isn't making, which, like as you said, credit to him. But I think a lot of his fans and a lot of the boxing public are making excuses for him, and that's making people go a bit more ham on him because people are like taking out on him that people are making excuses. Because all I've seen is he couldn't make the weight, and I'm not gonna. I've just heard a bag of excuses from Spence, like fans and whatever.
Spence fans, you're right though, Drift. It's Spence fans, not him though. You've said
that. Yeah. But obviously he's gonna take the brunt of it though, innit? That's just how it goes, unfortunately.
It's sad though, man. It's sad.
There's no face to the fans, whereas he is the face to himself. Yeah. So like, he can get ridiculed.
I'll be honest though, Drift. Like, obviously, you are like me. Like, we are massive Crawford fans. He's my current favorite boxer. But bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. My heart broke for Spence. You know, like even I don't know.
He's one of the good ones, isn't it? He's one of the good ones.
I don't know if you see the post press conference either. Like,
yeah. And I made the mistake of
broke for him. Like,
I made the mistake of watching it with the missus. Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, he doesn't look all right, does he?" And I was like, "Man," she's like, "No, look at his face."
Yeah, brother, it was a beating, bro.
And it's like, because you didn't see the fight, She's just seeing the way man looks all beat up.
Yeah. I'm not being funny though, Drifter.
Oh,
His face does tell the story because
I know, but
annihilation.
it's another person that just thinks you got to beat him without knowing the context. I should have let her see the fight first before I let her see
the
it.
context is on his face, bro. Again, I'm not even taking the myth, but the context is on his face, bro. Like, it is what it is. But look, let's get into football. We can speak about boxing and MMA towards the end of the show. First and foremost, Colwill signed a new deal, which I hadn't even prepared for because apparently that news has just come through.
I know the people
so we definitely ain't getting him. Like, barring some miracle, we definitely ain't getting him. Can I say one thing that might have a ripple effect there, though? That could potentially mean that Brighton aren't going to sell Chelsea Caicedo as well.
What you mean? They might do you want to do us 30?
No, not necessarily. It might, because I think Colwill, or the status of Colwill, may have had an effect on that Caicedo deal, which is why. Because let's be real, Chelsea could put up that money. They spent 105 on Enzo, and let's be real, Enzo hadn't proved as much as Caicedo has so far. So I don't think it's a money thing. What
you think Brighton wanted Colwill and they were kind of annoyed that they wouldn't let them.
They definitely wanted Colwill, but I wonder if they were trying to use that as a bargaining chip. But if he signed a new deal, I wonder if it's a case of they going, right, it's not going to be 90 mil for Caicedo now. You're looking at 110 mil maybe, or we ain't just going to sell to you. We're just not going to sell to you at all.
Possibly. I mean, I would be happy if I thought my club would kind of get involved.
Oh yeah. But there's a reason I didn't mention Liverpool next to Caicedo.
Yeah. But we should be. We should be getting involved.
Oh yeah, we should be. But our owners, in it, and our manager don't really call him out. So, I mean, our fans seem to have more ambition than the club do nowadays. So, but let's speak about what has happened at the club today. And Virgil van Dijk has been officially made captain of Liverpool Football Club following the departure of Jordan O'Brien Henderson.
Oh, has he? I haven't really seen any news since around like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, shout out to Lakers. Lakers messaged me on Facebook to let me know because I've been I'd worked and I had to go and pick up the boys and then drive back. So Virgil being made captain. Are you happy?
I'm all right with it. I'm not going to be angry.
You're taking this Henderson thing bad, isn't it?
No, because I remember I was.
I said it's all right. It's all right.
big shoes to fill, innit? But
it is.
I don't think I personally wouldn't have given it to Virgil. So even for getting the Hendo thing, I would have been more happy if Mo would have been given it, or if Robbo had been given it. I get why they've given it to Virgil. But I personally don't like Virgil as captain. And again, I'm only going off about maybe 4 or 5 games across the time he's been with us. And I don't really think his performance has been that good in the game. I don't know whether I'm overlooking it or whether he was distracted by being a captain. Maybe he'll get used to it. I think he's a great organizer and leader of a defense. I think that's a fact. I don't think he's a good organizer and leader of an entire team. And that's the reason why I wasn't really happy with him being captain of the whole team. And you know, like when we're talking about who's a good speaker and all that, and I think this might be why Trent wouldn't quite be ready to do this even. Not that he doesn't speak well.
Oh, you definitely don't know the news.
Oh, what is he, vice captain?
Trent's vice, bro.
Is Trent vice? Oh, okay.
yeah.
But you see,
headshot, dead, bang.
like in the face of adversity, like in defeat, when the tough is rolling in and you need to be able to like face the public. I think Robbo is the best in our team at doing that, apart from Hendo. I think whenever we lose games, whenever the chips are down, the guy who's got the most balls to come out and be like, I know I'm gonna get a whole load of stupidness right now, but I'll come out and be the face of the team, is actually Robbo. I've seen Robbo do that more than I've even seen Hendo to a degree. And therefore, that's one of the reasons why somebody like him, I would rather be captain, because not that Virgil's never come out when we lose a game, but I don't think he's as good at being in front of the cameras when the things are going bad, the way Robbo is, for example. And that's part of being a captain. Do you know what I mean? Like, to take the rough with the smooth. But again, I ain't got an issue with VVD. I haven't got an issue with it. I would have just preferred if it had been Mo or Robbo, personally.
Sorry to interrupt you again, Drift. So again, didn't prepare for Cole Will. Cole will just happen as we were signing on. And another thing that's just happened is Fabinho has officially left Liverpool Football Club. Flacco has left the building. The lighthouse has gone to Saudi Arabia, and we wish him all the best. Now, obviously, I hadn't planned for this, but Drift, I'm going to do pretty much the same as what we did with Henderson before we moved back onto Virgil as captain, Trent as vice captain, and the fact that Paul Joyce came out today, said that Klopp wants a defender. Flacco, where do we start, man? Back in 2018, me and you finished at the studios at Rinse FM after getting rinsed by Jay, by Big J, Cheeky Sport Big J, by Caramel Chris. Who else was Akeem, Cheeky Sport Akeem?
Akeem, yeah. I think Jack was there. I'm sure.
I don't think Jack was there.
No, Jack. Yeah, no, Jack wasn't there actually. I don't
Jack
think
wasn't
he was.
there.
No,
but we really and truly got ambushed that day. And I remember we were just about to leave. And they're like, bro, whereabouts you living? I'm like, I'm in South. He's like, oh, jump in, man. I'm like, no, you're cool, bro. He's like, no, jump in, man, jump in. And I was like, bro, have you seen this? And you're like, what? I was like,
we were walking to the car. Was it the traffic lights? I remember exactly where we was, bro.
Yeah, bro. You had to tap you on the shoulder, like, bro, you're walking into traffic, bro. I was like, Drift, have you seen this? And you're like, seen what? And I was like, we signed for Fabinho. And he's like, what? We put in a bid. And I was like, no, bro, he's sitting at the table, bro. Like, we were like, what? And they're like, realize
that came out of nowhere, bro.
Michael Edwards held up a couple people and got the deal done very quick. Suge Knight settings apparently, and we signed him. We're all over the moon. Hadn't had a defensive midfielder or real defensive midfielder at the club since Luke. Again, not even disrespectful to Lucas Leiva, since Mascherano. Lucas Leiva was a box-to-box midfielder that was converted into a CDM. Mascherano was the last CDM we had, last out-and-out CDM we had. Oh, unless you're going to count Poulsen, but I don't want to disrespect or insult Liverpool fans, so I won't do that. And we signed him and we're all over the moon. A player that Man United were heavily linked with, a player that most people thought Man United were going to get that summer, and he came to Liverpool. And I remember
it's not the first or the last time that's happened either.
Yeah, for real.
Money.
The list goes on and on and on. But we signed him, and I remember his first game, his first start, should I say, was against Arsenal away at the Emirates. We drew 1-1, and a lot of people quite critical of his performance. And shout out to man like Matt. This was before I even started doing content with you guys, and me and Matt were speaking in the barbershop, and he was just like, Cal, I don't know if Fabinho's the one, you know. And I'm like, I hear you. It's not been a great start, but he's got it. Trust me, he's got it. Once he settles, he's calm. And man, I was like, I hope you're right, Cal. I hope you're right.
Yeah, me and him had that conversation because we were worried that maybe I was with Matt. Me and Matt, because me and Matt did a watch along for the Arsenal game.
Oh, okay.
And he was terrible in that game.
Yeah,
and I think that might have been his first or his second appearance that game.
And I remember, start, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. And I remember afterwards we were like, maybe just the French league was different, innit? Like he looked amazing in the French league, but maybe like. But then I was holding on to like, no, but he looked good in the Champions League as well. But then I'm thinking, he played right back quite a bit. Maybe this DM thing, he just can't handle the Prem. And yeah, me and Matt were worried. I won't even throw Matt under the bus. I was with him on that one. I was like, he just don't look like he's going to be able to keep up with the pace of the Premier League. But lo and behold, that was just a footnote in what became a sensational.
Well, I'm not being funny. You and Matt weren't alone in that, and you had every right to feel like that. Had every right to feel like that because he did.
That Arsenal game was bad.
Oh, bro, he did. I remember watching it and I was like, wow, my man is getting passed around. Like he looked. I hate to even say, but in that game, he looked like how he looked last season. He just looked completely off the pace.
Yeah. I get it.
And I think it was the game that started to convince everyone was the game against Man United at home. He got an assist in that game and he ran the show that day. I think it was him, Genie, and Naby that played in midfield that day. And we were all sitting there going, wow, we could really become something now. Like, I think the tide has turned. And look, I'll be honest, with all due respect to Salah, Mane, Firmino, Virgil, Robbo, Trent, if we didn't have Flacco and Allison coming that summer, I don't think we're sitting here as the force that we became. I don't think we're sitting here as Premier League champions. I don't think we would have won the Champions League. Maybe we would have won a cup here or there, but I don't think we would have won the two big ones. I don't know if you agree with that or disagree, Drew.
The thing is, I've come to the realization that we were just such a good team that we needed them all. Because I do that sometimes. I think that what's the most important? You know, we spoke about that because I think it's probably Ali, if I'm being truly honest. But I just think we needed all of them. I think we were the furthest thing away from being a one-man team that I've ever seen in my life. So, I mean, maybe the Man City under Guardiola team is a pretty.
I'll rephrase that. I don't want him to make it sound like it's a one-man team, but what I think those two turned us from a top 4 team to a title challenging / title winning team.
Who Flacco and
Ali, yeah.
And
because remember, before those two, we were a top 4 team effectively. Them two shored up the spine like overnight. Literally overnight, they shored up the spine.
Yeah. I mean, that was all that was needed, though. That was literally all that was needed. Yeah. We already had Virgil. Like, yeah, it's he was just amazing, innit? He was amazing. But again, yeah, you're right. The DM role, as we saw last season, is a very critical part of any team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they call it the spine, right? Like, if you really think about it, I think the 3 positions that you just can't have a liability in your team are your striker, your DM, and your goalkeeper. And you just can't have a liability. And I know you can throw the centre back in there because that's part of the spine. But I do truly believe that your DM, your goalie, and your striker, because if you're not going to score goals, if your defense isn't going to be protected, and if your goalie's going to have everyone nervous, then that's just a recipe for disaster, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, Flacco was definitely one of the final pieces, without a doubt, and he's been sensational. It's a shame that he had the year he had last year, because apart from that year, the man was pretty much flawless. Yeah. And this could be just recency bias, as in like I haven't scoured my brain and researched it. I'm just going off of what I'm thinking in my mind right now. But the only performance I can think of by a DM that matches Flacco's against Barcelona, he wasn't even a DM. No, he was. It's Mascherano for Argentina in the World Cup
against Holland.
I think there was 2 games. I think it might have been Holland. I think there was another one as well. And other than those 2 performances, I can't really think of a performance that stands out more than Flacco against Barcelona. Like, I watch back highlights of just Fabinho because he's leaving. Somebody put together like a 5-minute Fabinho highlight of that game. Bruv, he was out of this world in that game. It wasn't even a joke, because the man was doing it on a yellow card, bro.
Sorry to cut you. Bilal Khan in the comments has got a shout. Kante in the Champions League final.
That is a good
Kante was awesome.
But he was a bit more kind of like
he was box to box.
He wasn't like,
well, he was just everything in it. He was
yeah. He was.
Kante went into that game and says, "C'est de la merde."
Yeah, he might be my favorite midfielder of this generation. I think Kante, like the last 10 years, has just been it's something else. Like something else. I can't even really, you know what I mean? Because I count Xavi and them lot like before that, because they were like old by then. But if you think about like the last 8 to 10 years of Kante, it was something else. So yeah, I ain't even mad at that. But yeah, I've never seen a performance like that Flacco went against Barcelona, man. The man had a yellow card 4 minutes into the game, was treading on ice and bossed up the whole thing, bro. Do you know how hard it is to play over 80 minutes on a yellow card, bro? In a game where you've got to win as well. Like, you can't be a bit like loosey-goosey and be like, oh, I let him go past. Because it weren't us that had the 3-goal lead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got to make sure he wins every tackle. Like, yeah, that formation was absolutely that performance was absolutely sensational.
So, because you've just spoken about that ad nauseum, we've actually just taken one of the questions away that I was going to ask. So I'm going to switch it up. What's the second best performance from Fabinho?
Oh, I mean, that Man United game that you were referencing might have to come into play. Maybe that's because that's when it came to our attention that he was about that life. I'm trying to think. Because he's got... Do you know what it was? Fabinho just gave you so many good performances. It's like not many actually stand out above the others. Like he just had a lot of just brilliant, get the job done, is what it is.
Still. I got a few.
Go on, you might be able to jog my memory. Go for
1920, Man City at home.
Aye, there you go. Yeah.
21-22 against Villarreal away in the Champions League. I think it was semi-final.
He wasn't at DM, but was it Bayern Munich when he had to play centre back?
At home against Bayern Munich.
At home against Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
I know he wasn't a centre back, but he was brilliant in that game, bro.
20 lockdown season 2021 versus Chelsea at centre back. Ended Timo Werner before he even started.
Yeah. Proper performance that was.
What else have we got? Arsenal 21-22 at home.
21-22.
4-0 at home. Minamino got
that was a quadruple trying season, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that game. You know what? Lockdown Crystal Palace. You know, the year we won the league. He was cold, and not just because of the goal, but the goal was the icing on the cake.
Assist in that game as well.
Yeah, the guy. He was cold in that game as well. He was cold in that game.
All right, that leads me on then, Drew. What's his best goal in a Liverpool shirt?
It's Panenka in the FA Cup final.
Oh, I forgot about the dirty.
No, it's Carabao, isn't it? It was a Carabao final, not the FA. No.
Yes, it was Carabao.
Yeah, it's the Carabao final. Yeah, that's
he wouldn't have done that.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Flacco goal. I know in a shootout it don't technically count, but that was my favorite.
I think this is about best. So best goal for me is Palace 1920.
I'll still go with the Panenka because the balls to do that, bruv. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I hear it.
But the Crystal Palace goal, and because no one was in the crowd, you heard the net.
Yeah,
that was a beauty. Was that a better strike than the Man City one though?
Yeah, it was.
I know they're very similar, but do you think it was? Yeah,
he cut across it, innit?
Yeah, it was a good goal still. Remember the year, when we were going for all four. He got like 7 goals that year, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He got a very crucial goal against Burnley, which gave us a 1-0 win away from home. He scored I think he scored a brace in one of the FA Cup games, if I'm not mistaken. He scored away against Crystal Palace in a 3-1 win where we got a contentious Jota penalty at the end. That was another thing. He was a really good penalty taker. He missed his very first penalty for Liverpool, which was a friendly, which was very reminiscent of Fernando Torres, who missed his first penalty for Liverpool in a friendly as well. He
got it out of his season when it didn't matter, and then he went on. I think he was our best penalty taker. I actually think it was a little bit of a liberty that because Mo wanted to, get the goals and all that, Flacco wasn't allowed to add maybe another 5 goals, maybe, or more, because of some of the penalties that I think he should have taken. I think Milner was a better penalty taker, or was arguably a better penalty taker. So I had no qualms of it being Millie. But when Millie wasn't on the pitch, I think it should have been Fabinho.
Maybe say that, but Milner missed a few penalties as well. They've all missed a couple of penalties. I think it's...
Has he? I don't remember. Has Millie missed a Liverpool penalty?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. When did
Millie missed against Southampton when we drew 0-0 in 16-17, I believe.
I do not remember Millie ever missing a penalty.
Millie's definitely... I think Millie's missed 2 for Liverpool.
Okay.
Salah, if I'm not mistaken, has missed... So he missed 2 last season, one against Arsenal, one against Bournemouth. He also missed against AC Milan in the Champions League where he beat them 3-2. Henderson scored the half volley.
I think Mo's probably missed around 4 or 5 at Liverpool.
It might only be about 3 or 4, Drift.
Maybe, but for some reason, I'm thinking like there's one or two others that was like a little bit before, but I'm just not. But yeah, I mean, I still believe, like I said, Mo isn't rubbish at taking penalties, but I just think Flacco was just better, and I think it would have been a bit. I think he would have just been more deserved of being our penalty taker. I think
big up to Seb LFC, missed against Leicester and Huddersfield.
I just think Mo was the penalty taker because Mo's Mo. He wasn't the best penalty taker in the team. He wasn't.
Probably
I
not.
hope he's not on them now as well.
Aesthetically wise, I mean, here's the thing: everyone's saying Szoboszlai, but Szoboszlai goes the same side every time.
No, I want McAllister to take penalties.
Oh, that's a shout still. I have no rebuttal to that, Drifty. I have no rebuttal, bro.
Yeah,
I have no rebuttal.
To take this.
Favorite Fabinho assist?
Oh, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy, bro. Mane, Man United.
For me, it's against Crystal Palace in the lockdown, the 4-0 for Salah. That pass was inch perfect. Van Aanholt had no chance. It was literally, and I actually rated Van Aanholt, but that dink for Salah against Crystal Palace in a 4-0, because that was the opening goal as well. Like, that was such precision, it was unreal. Like, everything about it was perfect. Like the run, the first touch, the dink. Like, you look at you know when there's certain times you just look at the goal, you look at a goal from a defender's standpoint and you think there's not really much we could have done there. You just got to take your hat off.
Yeah,
that was one of those.
I know. Look, I'm not even gonna say that isn't better, but because of who it was against.
Yeah, I know, no, bruv. That's my second.
The one against Man United will always be, and the way Mane put away was just beautiful as well. So
that's my second.
That's my favorite.
Your favorite Flacco moment? It is, isn't it?
100%.
Me, you and Matt watched that game in your house, actually.
Yeah.
You watched that game at yours.
That's definitely my favorite moment. I mean, he's had a lot. The Panenka one could be as well. That was a beautiful moment. Like, I know obviously it was a goal, but it was also a moment. Yeah, there's so many, but that's the one that comes to mind straight away. When he scored against Man City, and it's like, it's about time.
Well, speaking of Fabinho, before we move on to the next segment, I think it's only right we showed a video of his announcement. Big up to man like Matt who sorted out this video for us. Here is Fabinho's message to Liverpool.
Fabinho's move from Liverpool to Saudi Arabia.
But there's a small problem. His dog. Yes, you heard that right.
The breed of dogs that Fabinho owns.
Reportedly being delayed due to the breeds of his dogs.
But I'm told that has absolutely nothing to do with this delay.
I am Tiger.
Oh, lie, he's got bigger cojones than me, bruv. Like, you think I'm petting a tiger? You're mad. that announcement video could have gone left real quick if we weren't careful. But look, Fabinho has left the building, and all the best to him, man.
What a majestic creature.
What a scary creature, bro.
I think they're the best looking animals on the planet, man.
Yeah, they're probably one of the most, if not the most dangerous as well.
yeah, without doubt.
Without doubt. Right.
Do you know what that made me think, Justin, when I saw him smiling? Yeah, I just thought about what's actually happening. I don't give a fuck because everyone's just gonna say, "Oh, Drift, you're so sentimental," all that crap everyone always tries to throw at me when I say these things. But this is really, really like crazy. Like I'm really thinking like the best Liverpool I've ever known doesn't exist anymore. Pretty much, we got a few pieces left, but Like it's actually really sad. Like I know everybody's like, football's not like that. You got to move on and rare. But like when I'm thinking about the fact that all of our boys are going, Bobby, Mane, Hendo, Flacco, like, do you know what I mean? Like Genie. Like I'm just thinking, I'm like, yeah, like it's a bit mad. Like all the like a lot of the main pieces of what we were. Like we've only got Virgil, Robbo, Trent, Ali, and Mo left, right? Of like. There's only 5 members of the squad left from like the team that did it all. It's kind of upsetting, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's kind of upsetting, man. Like they're all going, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that for me, Drift, I probably look at it a bit different. In my opinion, it's like I love and appreciate what they've done. Now it's time for the new set of players to create their own history. But that those players here set the foundation to what should now be Liverpool creating even more history.
Yeah. I get that they're meant to go or they needed to go. I get that. It's just sad when it happens. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows that you've got to let go. I don't know if your children are like going off to uni or something like that, but it's still going to be upsetting that they don't live at home anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just one of them things.
I know still. I know. Still, I don't know.
Carl's like, no. I want them out this blood clot house.
The kids like, go to uni, brother. Can get freaky again, brother. What want to do, brother? That's being real, bro. Like, it's a lot at the moment having 2 youths in the yard, bro. You are just on stuff all the time.
Yeah, no, I could imagine. But you get the sentiment. Like people think that it's necessary, but you still get emotional when it happens, you know what I mean? So yeah. Flacco's been a major part of my life in terms of Liverpool, man. Like I said, the best DM we've had at the club, arguably. I know you think he is the best. And like
in my lifetime, yeah.
It was something else, man. It was an enjoyable journey, man. Enjoyable journey. I will never ever forget Fabinho. I know a lot of people wanted to rip him apart last year because he wasn't performing as well as he should have been, but I'll never forget what he did. You know what I mean? Absolute G.
I hear you. You can never forget what he did. Here's a couple of the hold on. Oh, bear me a sec. No, I'll come back to that. So look, Fabinho's gone, but we have to concentrate on the players that are still here, and Virgil van Dijk has been made captain now. Do you think he will maintain or even up the squad standards and the respect in and amongst the team, especially with the new players coming in? For all the criticism Hendo and Millie may get on the pitch, off the pitch, they made sure standards were kept to a high standard.
Yeah, all right. It depends which way you want to look at it, because it'll be a different type of captain now. I'm not saying that Millie and Hendo didn't know how to have a laugh. Of course they did. But Virgil very much is one of the lads, right? He's a Jack the lad. He's always like involved in the banter and all that kind of stuff. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I do hope he knows he can't fully be a part of that now that he's captain. There is a little bit, you know, like I liken it a little bit to, like, for example, when I back in my younger days when I was in retail and I got made the supervisor, and I used to just be a normal guy. And now I'm in charge of telling people what to do. I wanted to banter and laugh and joke, and for a lot of the time I did, but I knew that there had to be a line I couldn't cross, because now I'm gonna get in trouble if things aren't done. Now I can't just run the race, so now I've got to make sure I get everything done. So that it's a very fine line of treading between I'm one of you lot, but no, can you clean the toilets? They need to get done. Like it's kind of like, you know what I mean? So I hope he knows how to make sure that he's not being banterful and laughing and jokey like he's used to being, and he can just switch it up and be that, like, we've got to get this done. So I hope he does. I don't think he won't, but it is a little bit more difficult than people think when you've been one of the lads for so long and now you're in charge. Effectively, that's what a captain is. You're kind of in charge.
I hear what you're saying, Drift, but could you not argue that he can not necessarily still be one of the lads, but if he shows by example, like I think using the toilet analogy is a good one because it's looked down upon as something to do, right? If he goes out there and he cleans the toilet 3-4 times in a row, and then he asks someone politely to do it, if that person turns around and says, "No, I ain't doing it," then that's more a problem on them than him, right? So, and if we do have any of those apples in the squad, then respectfully, they probably need to move on. So, is it not more about the respect he's got in the team? Because he seems as though he has got the respect of everyone.
Yeah. I think he has. I think he's definitely one of our most respected team members, and he has a great relationship with Klopp, which will make it easy for him to be Klopp's lieutenant. He has a great relationship with Klopp.
I actually think most of the players in the team have a good relationship with Klopp. Like looking at the inside training, again, I know it's only snippets, but they all seem like they get on really well.
But there were a few that was above everyone else, though.
Yeah, but they've been there longer, innit?
I don't know. I just think they've got a rapport. Like if you look at Ali, Virgil, Bobby, Hendo, I think they had there was something a bit extra special with their relationship with Klopp compared to everyone else. They got and Mane kind of falls into that a little bit. They got an extra hug. They got lifted up. Do you get what I mean? That there was Klopp would look for them. I think there was like a little bit more like with those guys. It's I don't know. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I hear it. Trent.
Everyone but Fabio.
Trent, vice captain.
Oh man.
Many people, including Kojo, big up Kojo, were saying that they thought he should have potentially been the captain. Do you think it's the right timing for Trent to get the vice captain?
Based on the longevity, yeah. Because of what Kojo was saying, which does make a lot of sense. Like, if you're gonna future-proof the team, why not get him to learn the ropes a little bit now? He's an assistant manager, effectively. And then when the real manager goes, you become that's when you step up, or if the manager's not in, you're the manager. And that's how you learn without that extra pressure. And then you're ready for the role when it comes around. So it probably is the best role, to be honest with you. Probably is, because hopefully we'll get another 2 years out of Virgil. And then by then, Trent will be 26 and he will be perfect age to take over, perfect maturity, experience, etc., etc. It'll be beautiful to have a Scouser as captain again. So I think it'll all work out. So I'm fully all right with him being vice captain.
I'll be honest with you, Drew. Again, I made no bones about it. Like, I thought Ali should have got the nod, but I could understand if he wasn't going to get it. I thought Virgil would also be a great option because of it being a transition and all of what's going on with the club at the moment. I think Trent being my vice captain is brilliant. Like, shout out to TK, he's just taking the words out of my mouth. It feels like the Hippier and Gerrard transition almost. Like, Hippier was captain, Gerrard was learning to become captain, and then the reins were passed over. And we saw what Gerrard did. Now, again, I don't want that pressure to be put on Trent because there's only one Steven Gerrard, in it. But I think Trent is that guy to be captain. And look, I know Matt will giggle and will never let us live it down with regards to the whole Curtis Jones captaincy thing. But Trent is, especially when he plays in midfield, he looks like he's grown into a captain for Liverpool. And it could be something that the club needs. Do you think, though, how he played last season, do you think him getting the vice captaincy, do you think that will change his mentality going forward? Or do you think there'll be more arrogance potentially in some of the things he does on the pitch?
It needs to change his attitude, because I don't quite think his attitude was right last year. And that's not exactly a good look, is it, for your captain? Let's be honest. I laugh at, like, Man United, for example, making Bruno captain, because I think, how can your captain be the guy rolling around on the floor and throwing his arms in the air and always moaning and complaining? I know he's got the drive and the want to win. I'm not ever going to take that away. I think Bruno Fernandes is one of the most I want to win players I've ever seen in my life. So he's always going to try and win the game, but he does a lot of scumbaggery and he does a lot of like crybaby stuff and throwing his toys out the pram. Your captain can't throw your toys out the pram. That just can't run. And Trent did throw his toes out the pram a little bit. So I hope that he learned from it. He got it out of his system and he'll be all right. Because I'm not going to lie, from when a lot of people were questioning his drive and his mentality, I mean, that's what you kind of need to have to be a captain, right? So this is a big test to prove that he is vice captain material. Because if you asked me if he was captain material, as I said, I'll put him behind in the pecking order. I'll put him behind Mo. I'd put him behind Ali. I'd put him behind Verge. I'd put him behind Robbo. I mean, even a few people that we've got into the team now, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck. I know he's only been there a little while, but Soboslai is hungry captain, for an example. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, there are quite a lot of people in our team that should be ahead of him. But hopefully he grows into it. And with him being Scouse and with him being one of the best people to represent the club in that way, let's just hope that he does. He did get it all out of his system and it's all good. But yeah, Trent wouldn't be anywhere near the top of my list if I was talking about people who I actually thought was the best for just being a captain. But if he learns the role, as I said, being a vice, I got no issue with it. Because I got faith in Trent in everything he does and everything that we're about. Like, I just think the kid is just a next level generational in all aspects. So hopefully he can just add the captaincy to it. There's no pressure when it's Verge, innit? When you're vice captain, there's no pressure. But he's gonna have to just not grow up, because it's not like he's immature, but he's gonna have to like kind of change a few of his habits. Yeah, his habits are gonna have to change a little bit. But I got faith he'll do it.
The same thing you said about Trent could also be labelled a Virgil as well. There were times last season Virgil looked disinterested. There were times where he was lazy and too nonchalant. I remember that time at Man United where he's got his hands behind his back and not wanting to engage. The Bournemouth game where he's sending Robbo to try and block the ball when he should have been the man to do it. Does Virgil have to really change his mentality now and really show up and show out?
No. I mean, you know what? And it ends up being the wrong decision. We'll have to change it. We can't just go with it because he's Scouse. Like, we have to change it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I hope he proves us all wrong. And he is a better captain than Robbo or any of them lot. Like, I hope, you know what I mean? But yeah, he wouldn't have been vice based on the actual ability. But I get representing the club. That's why I get him being vice captain. As a Scouser. And it is good to have a Scouser as a captain again, isn't it? Because it's quite a rare thing these days, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the last one was Gerrard and Carragher, weren't they?
But I mean, just in general, having like a homegrown player be the captain of your team, like, it's quite a rare thing. I don't really know too many clubs where like the captain is like a homegrown, through the ranks player. It used to be quite a common thing, but it's not really that common anymore. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? It will be nice.
Yeah,
Kind of understand why Rashford nearly got it over Bruno for that reason, because like he represents what it is to be a Manchester boy.
He's not a captain, though. He's not captain.
I don't think Bruno is.
Bruno's more of a captain than Rashford, though.
Maybe, but I don't know, man. All that throwing his hands around and rolling around. That's madness, bro.
Yeah,
like, your captain can't. Like, remember, he gave up at Anfield. Your captain can't.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like a female dog, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
One player who didn't get it that a lot of people were rooting for is Mo Salah. Do you think this will potentially affect Salah's mentality? Do you think he really wanted it? Do you think there was any discussion with him? Do you think he's been hard done by not to get it or even be made vice?
Nah, I think he'll be all right. I think Mo will be all right. Mo doesn't really strike me as the type of guy that lets things bother him past what it is. Again, I don't know him personally, but Mo strikes me as the type of guy that today I'm annoyed, tomorrow I'm over it. I don't think he'll be that angry, really. I think he'd have been honoured if he got it. I don't think he'd be angry, though. I still think he should have been given it, though.
You still think he should have got the captaincy?
Yeah, I think he should have went to Mo, you know, I do. It would have been beautiful to watch this transition of Mo, especially becoming more creative now, and the captain's armband with that as well. I would have liked to have seen that happen.
What makes you so So,
because
what
I
is
think Mo is our most consistent player in the team now. If you look back across like all the seasons, other than Ali, but again, I just don't like a goalie being captain. But I think Mo's our most consistent player. I think he's our most professional player now. Hendo's gone. So obviously that they're leading from example type of situation. I think he takes care of himself the best. So the youngsters would like look up to him, maybe ask him. Not that they can't still do this, but as a captain, it might make it a little bit like more meaningful, innit? And I watched the guy captain Egypt to a World Cup, to a African Cup of Nations final, plays through adversity, plays through just everything, tiredness. Just I don't know. I just think I don't know. I just think he deserves it. Putting all of those things together, I just think he deserves to be captain more.
Isn't it dangerous just because a player is the best that you give them the captaincy though? Because I don't know. I personally don't think that works.
Well, he's proved for Egypt that he's a good leader. I don't think it would only just be being the best player. I think he is a good leader, and again, like he takes care of himself. He's a role model. Everything about his whole demeanor is just good. It's exemplary. It's somebody you should follow and someone you should be like.
Being Egypt captain and being Liverpool captain are two different things though. Because at Egypt, he is like head and shoulders the best player. You can't make that statement at Liverpool. You could argue that he's the best player, but you can't say he's head and shoulders above bare players in our team. You can't. That'd be a crazy statement to make.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
other players just as important, if not more important, you'd argue. So would it more? Wouldn't it more come down to leadership rather than quality? If it's down to who's the best player, then effectively it's Mo or Ali, isn't it?
I would probably say Mo's got a better leadership than Virgil, though.
I wouldn't.
I don't know. There's something about Virgil's overall demeanor where, like him being very like nonchalant and very like, I don't know if that's a good idea for your captain to be like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
All
bro.
right, I'm gonna throw a scenario, Egypt. We play Man United. Bruno Fernandes goes in with a rash challenge on Trent. Starts kicking off. Who do you want your captain to be, Salah or Virgil?
Can the captain not show up with a bodyguard though?
But you want Virgil rolling up, innit?
I mean, I want Ibri rolling up still.
But you're not gonna look at Virgil and think, oh, is he really gonna back?
No, in that regard, then yeah, Mo doesn't have that like, I'm gonna kill you in him.
No, I don't, bro. Let me stop. I don't want an assassin, bro. you gotta have someone who's about it to step up and be like, nah, that can't run round it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Mo would be a pushover. Mo's never a pushover or anything. I mean, yeah, Virgil, when it comes to beef, Virgil obviously is different, isn't it? Go and ask Argentina. But I think that's one scenario of many that gives. It's only one scenario where I'd put the advantage over Mo in that regard. But then I think there's a few more that I would prefer Mo to be. Do you know what I mean? To be the captain. So look, it's good that we got a lot of people who could be captain in it. I think there's a handful of people that could be captain, and therefore we've got a good team, right? Because some people you don't even know who could be the captain. Man United is an example. I mean, Maguire was captain, and that was a bad idea. Bruno's got it, and he don't deserve it, based on like all his antics and stuff. And you're like, rah, who is a good captain at Man United? And there isn't really anybody you can pick from. Do you know what I mean? Whereas at Liverpool, we do have about 4 or 5 straight up candidates where you're like, no, he'd be a good captain. So we should be happy with that. You know what I mean? Straight out the back. But it'll be interesting. We'll see.
We will indeed. Before we go on to our segment about defenders, etc., gonna bring up a couple of pictures. Shout out to man like Matt who's solving things behind the scenes for us, and shout out to Kev as well from LFC Day Trippers who sent the quote through of what Fabinho said, which is rolling around the bottom of the screen at the moment, and I'll read that out before the show ends as well. I'm going to bring up a couple of pictures, and I want you to describe how you think they've been so far in pre-season. Clark Kent.
I think he's been quietly going about his business, learning his trade, the way to be a Liverpool player, showing beautiful silky touches now and again, but taking his time. Every time he's got the ball, he looks comfortable. He obviously missed one of the games with the injury. But yeah, man, it's Szoboszlai, isn't it?
Indeed. This man. Can I speak on this man?
Go for it, bro.
It's what I want to see from him. Predatory. Hungry. Composed. If he continues like this, he's the striker that everyone's been telling us about. And I hope for his sake, I hope for Liverpool's sake, he does come good like the way he is at the moment. Pause. Because he's looking good.
It's absolute. That's my G, bro. You don't know already. Actually, you know what? I haven't done it in a while. Hold on.
When the blood clot see up the sun of the yard there, am I gun that?
Who was it?
Am I gun that? Am I gun that?
Man, like Calvin Nunes. This man.
Well, what can we say, man?
The turn of the Mac. It is. Oh gosh.
Like just
35 mil. Money well spent.
Nobody looked at me sideways when I said that I wanted us to sign McAllister. So I'm not going to act like everybody didn't realize the man had talent. But I think now people are realizing why we made sure he was the first player we got through the door. And we've spoken about this off camera. Me and Matt have spoken about this off camera. I think McAllister will be the signing of the season, based on his outcome, his talent, and the fact that he was at such a cheap price in this crazy market that we live in now. He's just a wonderful player, man. He just takes care of the ball and everything about the game, and his reading of the game, his intelligence. And he's silky as well. Like, it's not even like he's just like, you know, like boy, the man's just a G in it. And I'm just glad he's a Liverpool player. And I reckon there's a few teams in the Premier League absolutely kicking themselves that they didn't know or tried to activate that release clause. Because I think he pretty much walks into the majority of teams in the league. And I'm not even fronting when I say that. I can't, even with Gundogan leaving, he probably even walks into the City midfield now.
Bro, what did I say to you? Before we signed him, I said, I reckon City go in for him. He'd have been a perfect... And I still think if Gundogan had have left before or made it known that he was definitely leaving before the season ended, I think City would have been in for him.
Possibly.
I'm glad Gundogan delayed. Maybe Klopp called Gundogan and said, just hold off on answering messages. This man... Egyptian king.
Bruv, you see this brother here, yeah? Have we got like Pirlo playing on the right wing now or something, bruv? Because I think he's trying to get more assists than goals. If I'm being completely honest with you, I've got a feeling that he actually, I mean, maybe I'm pushing it a bit much, but I can see him evolving his game. And
he's always been like this, though.
I think he might get more assists than goals this season.
What are you saying? He might do 2020 Thierry Henry, yeah?
Bruv, the man's looking up and he's just picking out, man.
But he's been doing this for years.
No, he has, bruv. He has. Without doubt, he has. But now I get more of the feeling that he's doing it more. Like, you know, before he would more go for goal, but then if there was an opportunity to pass, he would pass. Now he seems more like he'll go for goal if there's an opportunity, but now he's more looking to create first. Like the little clip balls over the top and the outside of the boot, round the side, all the little things he's doing. I'm like, yo, bruv, I reckon he might all get 20 assists this season, bruv. I'm not even gonna lie. Like he's His creativity is just looking like it's going up and up a notch. And all more for it, bruv, because we've got players now that can capitalize from that. When you've got Jota, Gakpo, and Nunes playing down the middle, if he becomes more creative with their ability to finish, again, absolutely no shade on Bobby because I adored the guy, but Gakpo was a better finisher than him. So some of them times when we used to get really annoyed at Bobby with his finishing, I don't think we'll have that issue with Gakpo. I think Gakpo tucks away them kind of chances. So if Mo brings that creativity and we get those 3 in front of goal regularly 3-4 times a game, bruv, the sky's the limit for how many goals we could score. Truly, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
I hear that.
One thing about Salah I don't like he chases everything. I'm like, Mo, you're 30 now. Slow down, bro. Don't chase everything, bro. You don't need to chase everything. I love the mentality of it, but we've got to start thinking a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like, you get to a certain age, you just don't chase everything anymore. You know, we want to preserve your career, bro.
Mentally drift. I can't lie.
He chases everything. Sometimes I'm like, it's pre-season. I'm like, Mo, you don't have to chase everything, bro.
It's desire, it's heart, bro. It's everything. I love it.
It is. But you've got to remember when your body gets a bit older, you've got to slow down a little bit.
That's what you have a squad for, bro. That's why he's meant to get rest here and there.
Willie, though.
You'll have to ask the manager that one, big man. As promised, here is the quote from Fabinho for anyone who's just listening as opposed to watching as well. Today I leave my home. It's been 5 years wearing this jersey and always with the greatest honor and happiness possible. Since day one at Liverpool, I have been embraced by everyone. What I saw inside this club, the relationship between the people there, made me feel like family. In the 5 years I grew as a player, as a man, I made dreams come true. With that jersey, I won every title as a player can dream of. Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Thanks to Liverpool, I reached my highest level and played a World Cup. Thanks to Liverpool, I fulfilled my dream of walking into a stadium with my son in my arms. Thanks to Liverpool, I played in the best stadium in the world, with the best atmosphere in the world, which is Anfield. Thanks to Liverpool, I lived my biggest match of my life, the comeback against Barcelona, which was only possible thanks to Anfield. That moment will always be in my memory. I love what this crowd represents for the club. This love relationship between the club and the fans has always impressed me. And I can say without fear that you'll never walk alone. After that match, alongside our fans, was the most defining moment of my career with Liverpool. I say this with a heart full of joy. I love this club. Thank you, Reds, for everything we've experienced together. You will never walk alone. Beautiful, beautiful. Are you out, Drift?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Are you sure, bro? No, I saw him biting it inside of his lip. Can I
all our legends are going, man.
Drift, give me one sec.
Ah, cool. All our legends are going, man. This is a lot still. YouTube said, Kittel Drift is breaking inside. Man lost Mane, Origi, Milner, Hendo, and Fab within a year. It's a humbling experience. It is, bro. It's a lot, man. It is a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a lot. Boy, we have to move on though, innit? Man, it is what it is.
I never doubted you. I still love you.
And you know, as a lot of people know as well, like I'm not even capping. I truly believe Flacco would have been able to get back to somewhat of a top level, and I didn't think there was any need to move him on. He definitely deserved another chance, in my opinion. How it's ended up being is how it's ended up being. It's not, we didn't kick him out or anything. He got an offer and he took it. Fair play to him. I hope his family you know what I mean, are set now. But it's just a big hole in the team to fill. It just is. Like, no matter who we was to bring in now, if you're talking about peak Flacco, they'd probably struggle to truly emulate what he was for the majority of our best times. So we'll see, man. On to the new. Hopefully the people that we bring in, or the player we bring in, I say plural people because I want it to be more than one, but Whoever we bring in, let's just hope they can live up to the expectation. Let's hope they can take the mantle. And you know what I mean? Let's kick on now. As you said, new generation is real. Hopefully in 4 or 5 years, we're sitting back and we're like, yo, them man, they outdid the others, mad thing. Like,
I want to be saying that in 2 years, bro, about
let's
4 or
hope.
5 years.
No, but it'll take more than 2 years to be able to do all of that stuff.
No, not if they win the quad, it won't, bro.
Well, yeah.
I need some joy again, bro. Last season was a lot. Need some of that joy again.
I hear that. Jason says, evening, lads. Big up yourself, bro.
Big up, Jason.
Dan, Hendo stays Lavia plus centre back plus right back ranked the summer out of 10. I'll give that a 10. I mean, it would have to be a good centre back and a good right back, but that would have meant we literally addressed every issue anybody had a problem with, right?
I don't know about Lavia and Hendo being our sixes for the season.
I think that would have been. Right.
I'm good with Lavia coming in. I still think we need someone more experienced than him, though.
I'm not even going to argue with that.
I think it's so harsh to put all that pressure on him. And look, brother, in a month or two time, I could be sitting there doing a Jack Sparrow and saying, I never doubted the kid, but I'm just being real. Like, I think it's a lot for him to come to Liverpool with such disjointedness after a bad season to replace 2 players effectively and not even have a backup at the moment. I think it's a madness, if I'm going to be honest.
I think they'll be like, oh, sink or swim time. Yeah, I think he'll swim.
No, I hear that, but how often do you throw someone in the pool and say sink or swim and then put bricks on their feet, bro? Like,
I hear that, but you know what? One thing I think that we've accidentally done, because I don't think anyone has done this on purpose. I think we've taken Bajcetic out of the equation because of the injury he sustained. I think Bajcetic is going to be brilliant this season. And I think whenever Lavia is not playing, we can just play Bajcetic.
I don't think he'll be brilliant this season, Drift, because him coming back from that injury is going to take him a little while just to become match fit, let alone start to get into a rhythm of
He's
game.
got until Christmas, right? If Lavia comes in, we ain't got to worry about Lavia in the beginning of the season. It will be the second half of the season when we'll have to worry about him, because that's when fatigue and all that stuff might start. So, for the first couple months, I think we'll be fine. Bajcetic has got till November, December to get himself fit, and then he can start playing after that. I think we'll be all right.
But then do you risk him in the later stages of the season, though?
Who, Lavia?
No, Bajcetic. Let's say, for example, we're fighting on all fronts. Do you start throwing Bajcetic in there when he's not had much games, and it's a difficult situation?
I think it is, but I think if you put Bajcetic in the midfield where he's got people like Szoboszlai, McAllister, and they're doing their thing, and he's not under as much pressure, and he hasn't got to worry so much, I think it'll work. I mean, the kid stood up at 18 years old in a really poor midfield during a time when the team were playing terrible.
I'm not doubting Bajcetic's ability, bro. You know I'm not. I've said he's not. I said he's top 3 in the world, and he ain't 2 or he ain't 3 in it. Like, I rate the kid highly, but if I'm gonna look at it from a footballing standpoint, having an 18-year-old who just come back from hip injury and a 19-year-old who's only had 1 full season of football under his belt to come in and play for Liverpool after a terrible season, it's a big ask for the 2 kids.
It is. But
and that's why I'd want someone just more experienced, just to help them to ease in and not feel as though the world's all on their shoulders.
Ideally, 100%, bro. Ideally, you're bang on the money. Like, do you know what I think would be a good idea?
Sorry to cut you as well. Big up to Kojo in the comments as well. Big up yourself, Kojo.
That's Kojo in the building. Big up yourself.
Yeah. Did you message him on Saturday?
What happened on Saturday?
Spence Crawford, man.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Trent said I sound like Alan Hansen. Can't win anything with kids. You can't win anything with kids.
Which Man United unfortunately proved.
They did, yeah.
I don't know. I think we're sleeping on Bajcetic. I think we're sleeping on Bajcetic. I just think the injury he's coming back from is a big injury drift for an 18-year-old as well. It's going to take him a little bit of time to get back in some rhythm. One thing I will say though, if biology has taught us anything is that the younger you are, the more likely you are to get over injuries, right?
Of course, yeah.
So I don't think it'll be too big of an issue for him, man. He's looked really good and strong in all the preseason and all the training videos I've seen. I know it is just videos, but like they're putting him through it. They're really making sure that he's fit and he's all right. And he looks good, man. He looks good. So I think he'll be all right, man. I think we've got all right. I'm living in an ideal world here, so please don't shoot me for this, for being too positive. But I think if you look at Bajcetic and Lavia based on their talent, their ceiling and all of that, it might be a little bit of a worry now, and it could be inconsistent and it could cause some issues. But I think if you look at like 2 years and beyond in the future, based on that, we could have like a setup there that is unrivaled. And it gets to the point where we're like, one of them wants to go because they're both so good. We don't know which one should be on the bench. And do you know what I mean? Like that kind of scenario. Who knows? But I think the talent of the two is the ceiling is very high for both players. So
Completely agree.
I'm excited. I'm excited. If you could bring in like a real I see, I don't know how you could do this.
Here's the thing, what's crazy, sorry to cut you. We're sitting here talking about winning Caicedo. Caicedo's only what, 22?
No, 21.
It was only what, 20, 23?
Caicedo's only 21, bro.
No, he's 22.
I'm sure he's only 21, you know.
Google will hopefully give us the right answer. You're right, Drift, he's 21. He's not 22 until November.
He's a young buck. But I mean, a year is a lot in football when you're that age, though.
I know, but we're speaking about him like he's mad experience. He's not even that mad experience. Like,
and he's only got one more season in professional football, really, than Lavia.
He has played in the World Cup as well, though.
He has. A lot of people are forgetting now at Anderlecht. I've heard some of the people talk about Lavia Anderlecht, and they said they already knew he was going to make it. Like, so the kid's been balling out from day. Do you know what I mean? So I think the only reason why Man City let him go was because they know Rodri's only like, 26 or something. So it's like, it's not like he's nearly done or whatever. Otherwise, I don't think Man City would have even let him go. And credit to the kid for wanting to go as well.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Question, Drift. Let's say we did get Lavia, and let's say we brought in a more experienced player for CDM as well as Lavia. Would you then look at potentially sending him out on loan? Bajcetic, that is.
Yeah, because then I think it would be good for Bajcetic to go and play some lower pressure, as you were saying, football, and just get himself back. But I would want it to be Premier League football. I'd want it to be like and I'm not even being shady when I say this, you know, like your likes of your Brentfords and your Fulhams and those type of teams, and your Nottingham Forest, where he's still in the Premier League, but obviously it's a little bit of a different atmosphere. It's not the pressure of you've got to win every single game and all that kind of stuff. I think that would be good for him. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if those teams need him or not, but that would be where I'd want him to. Oh, you know what? Leicester even maybe in the Championship, like, you know, like something like that. I think that could be a good, you know, after watching Leicester yesterday, their midfield isn't crap, but they could do with a Bajcetic in their midfield. You know what I mean? Give them a year in the Championship, get Leicester promoted back to the Premier League. Something like that, yeah, I would be up for that. Here's the thing, bruv. What kind of elder statesman DM can you get that can handle the Klopp system? Because I was thinking, do you know what I mean? Like, you see, like if you go and look at a situation like when we brought McAllister in, for example, under Houllier, McAllister was an absolute baller, but he couldn't handle the Klopp system. So something like that couldn't be done now. Do you know what I mean? Like that high intensity, like, do you get what I mean? Like, who is there that for 1 year you could bring in that wouldn't cost a lot, but still has enough legs in him to be able to handle the way we play? I don't know who that would be, if I'm being honest.
I would have said Brozovic. But he's gone to Saudi Arabia. I would have said
how old is Brozovic?
About 30 something.
Still could have been a bit of a risk, but yeah.
No, Brozovic's running numbers are crazy.
No, he is a bad. I didn't even know he'd gone Saudi. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah,
I'm actually quite surprised.
He went on a free. Brozovic would have been the guy for me.
Yeah, it's a tough one. No, guy, I'm seeing a couple guys. Not Kessie.
Not Kessie. Absolutely not for me.
that guy's nowhere near good enough. But I don't know, man. It's a mad one, isn't it?
Do you think we go back in for Kone, maybe?
I bloody hope so. I bloody hope so, bruv. Him or Kefram. I ain't giving up on those two being Liverpool players. I ain't giving up until...
I think if we were to get both of those players, we get one this summer and one next summer.
Oh my God, you think we'll sign both?
No. You heard what I said, Drift. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try and create headlines of my name.
I thought that's what I heard you say, bro.
No, I said if we were to sign both, I think it'd be one this summer and one next summer. Moving like the Daily Mail out here, bro.
I'm going to be honest with you. One thing I think we need to get used to as Liverpool fans, whatever we do in this window, that's it for the midfield being touched for the next 2 or 3 years. I think we just have to accept that.
I don't think so, because Thiago will be going next summer.
Percentage will be a year older. Like, bro, we're not touching the midfield again, bro, for another 2-3 years after this. That's why we got to make sure while we are splashing and we're spending, we do as much as we can now while like the floodgates are open, so to speak, because we ain't touching this midfield after. We're just not. We're just not, bro.
Right, guys, if you haven't already, over 1,000 of you in here. Thank you so much. Please do smash that like button. Let's get up to let's 750 likes before the show ends, people. I don't think that's asking for a lot. Then there's over 1,000 of you in there.
I know, Tyler. I know he's not an elder statesman, but profile-wise, it's not the worst.
Injury record is horrific.
Oh, is it bad? Yeah.
Mazza.
I know he's injured at the moment.
Mazza.
Let me have a look at his injury record.
Mazza.
Good player, though.
Good player, but the injury record is a Mazza.
Oh, let's have a look at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you load this up because I think you need to see it for you. But you need to see it with your own eyes, bro. It's a Mazza.
You know what? It ain't too... If you look at the amount of games he's missed, okay.
Have you been to page 2?
Is there another page? Hold on.
I think there might be a page 2.
I'm getting an overview at the moment. No, but you know what? His injury record ain't too bad, bro.
It's not great, though, is it, Drew?
All right. 18-19, he got a back injury. He missed 2 games. 18-19, he got an abductor problem. He missed 8 games. 18-19, he got another abductor problem and he missed 4 games. Okay, so in total, he missed 14 games in 18-19. It's not the best. In 19-20, it just said fitness issues. He missed 7 games. Ain't even given a name of an injury, just fitness issues, you know. He missed 7 games. Then he got another abductor. Jesus. Maybe his abductor is an issue. Then he missed 3 games. And then in 19-20 again, he got torn muscle fiber and he missed 3 games. So in total, he missed 13 games. Okay, so there's a running theme here. 13, 14 games for them 2 seasons. 2021, he got an MCL. Hold on. How can you only miss 1 game from a MCL? Is that possible, bro?
It depends whether he got the injury. If he got it like in pre-season or something.
No, he got it in October and they're saying he only missed 1 day. What was it? Just a bruise from a dead leg or something?
I have no idea.
Someone gave him a granddad. Then 2021 again, he had back problems. So in 2021, he actually only missed 5 games.
Spinal. But the variation of injuries that does it for me, Drift. I'm
not gonna lie, he's got a lot of different injuries in it. 21-22, muscular issues, 2 games. 21-22 again, 5 problems, missed 2 games, and then so he only missed 4 games that season, and then last season he was out. He missed 12 games with a hamstring injury, but he's not that bad, you know. That I wouldn't say that. He's got a lot of different injuries. I agree with you. Like there's a lot of different stuff. I wouldn't really. Would you call that the worst injury record?
Yes, because he'd be playing a Klopp system, bro. Training 3 times a day and then playing a match, bro.
You know, that might do his body good.
I doubt it will, bro. I doubt it will. Here's another shout. I can't remember who put it in the chat, so apologies. Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa.
Yeah, I'd take him. Villa ain't gonna let him go for less than like 50, 60 mil though. He signed a new contract.
Oh yeah, forget that then.
But is
Amrabat still
apparently nothing's been done and nothing's official, but apparently he wants Man United.
I'm gonna be real. If we can get Amrabat and Lavia, I'm good, you know. I'm real good. Amrabat and Lavia, I'm real good, bro.
I'm still not the biggest fan of Amrabat, but
I know. Would you go for Basuma?
Oh, there's no way he's leaving now, bro. I've heard Postecoglou talking. Yeah, bro. Postecoglou's talking about like and the Spurs fans are excited and you know what I mean.
It's annoying.
Douglas Luiz would be a good shout still. That would be a good shout. Like I actually think that he's a really good player.
Heiberg?
But who, sorry?
Heiberg? John II said Heiberg, maybe. I'm not really feeling Heiberg, you know.
Nah.
A couple years ago, I'd have been on that. Not now.
Because what it is, in my mind, I'm like, what, just for like one random game? Yeah, do you know what? But then you got to think, no, but if there's a problem and he's got to play a lot of games, then that's when the guy needs to be more than just that little, you know what I mean? Yeah, no. Heiberg, no.
Cool. Well, we'll see what the midfield does between now and the end of the window. One thing that has come out today is that Klopp wants a defender. I smiled when I saw that. I smiled at my desk at work when I saw that news.
Bro, Douglas Luiz is valued at 40 million, and that's just transfer market value. You know what Villa are going to do.
And Villa are rich, bro. They don't need to sell for nothing.
And they're going places, and he's one of their important players. So, yeah, that's not happening.
Now, Colwell's just signed a new deal, so it's definitely not going to be him. Drift, can I dream for a sec?
Go for it, mate.
Man City haven't tied up Gvardiol. Gvardiol is a Liverpool fan. Gvardiol wants to play for Liverpool Football Club. I feel like Klopp likes him as well. Who did Gvardiol play in the World Cup next to? Degsy, one of the best centre-backs to grace this beautiful club. Are you telling me Dejan, the superstar Lovren, can't just have a little chat with him and be like, bro, why are you going to that paper club? Go to royalty.
I don't even think Degsy has to have a word with him, bro. Him and his dad have publicly said it would be a dream to play for Liverpool.
Even more so, though, when Desi goes, it's your dream, but I lived it. Do you want to live it? Or do you just want Pep shouting at you from the sidelines, bro? Do you want to be embraced by Klopp? Or do you want Pep to just give you a high five because all he cares about is winning trophies? Do you want to be a part of something special? Or do you just want to be a Mayu at Man City because it's a revolving door because they got money? Jeff, I don't know if I'm dreaming here, but Gvardiol wouldn't even need to be registered. It's a free hit. Left-footed. Good pace. Can play out from the back. Aggressive. Can score from set pieces. Gives Virgil a break. Oh, you want to do the inverted thing and free at the back? Here I am. Oh, but you want to play Virgil right centre-back and play me left centre-back? Here I am. Do I have to wake up?
I mean, I want you to live your dream as much as you want to live it, bro. But did you
hear the water? Here comes the pot of water over me.
But I don't know if the people in the audience felt it as well, but you actually started to sound like Martin Luther, bro. That's how much I think you was dreaming, bro. Like you started to get the deepness in the voice, and I've seen a defense that like you started to get that kind. I could feel that. Like, bro, there is not a chance, bro. Not
Why
a
not?
chance. Because we don't have that type of money, bro. We broke.
We say we're broke, but bro, we just splashed out Sabozlai. We got a relationship there with RB as well.
Yeah, but we had to
got
take a loan for that,
relationship,
bro. We had to get a loan for that, bro.
I know, bro. Well, let's get another one, bro. Let's get another one.
Look, I wish I could dream
Interest
with
rates
you,
are
bro.
coming down, Drift. Let's get another one, bro.
I wish I could dream with you, bro. I really do. But
You say no to Lavia and flipping Gvardiol, bro. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying no to it, but
with another midfielder added on top of that. Because you know what I hear when I hear that.
how
You know
much
what I
money
see
do you
when I
think we've
see
got?
that?
How much money do you think we've got, bro?
Bro. We ain't got money, bro. That's why we're taking out loans, bro. Like, I know we ain't got money like that, but we're taking out loans, bro. I'm good. I'm good with it. Everyone else does it. Let's do it ourselves, bro.
Oh my days.
Let's pay back FSG with the winnings that we made from winning the quad. Gvardiol, Lavia, and another centre midfielder, even a right back like Max Aarons. We win everything. We're in next season. Go and tell me I'm not telling the truth, bro.
No, you are telling the truth, bro.
Then let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, man.
I think we got more chance of signing Mbappe on loan than we do getting Vardio.
Nah, that's different, bro. Mbappe's on like 26 million a week, bro.
No, I heard the loan would cost 50 mil for one season. That's what I heard.
Yeah, because Liverpool are just going to give you 50 mil for one.
No,
season.
we would never do it. But I think there's more chance.
No club's going to do it, bro. Not just us. No,
there's more chance of that than stumping up 100+ mil for
he's
plus
not
wages.
100 mil, bro. He's not going to be 100 mil for us. Us and RB, bro.
Bro, if it's 100
bro,
mil,
that's an old flame, bro. We just take her out for a meal one time.
Is it 102 mil? I think
bro.
Man City have been.
Keep it casual, innit?
Bro, you said Gvardiol, you said another DM, and you said a right back.
I love you. Do you want to win the quad or not, Drift?
Well, of course I do, bro. But I also want to live in reality, bro.
We've got a voice now, bro. Almost 30,000. We've got to do something with the audience, bro. What you lot think you're just here for giggles and bants, bro? You got to start pulling your weight in the comment section as well. We need you lot. We need to start pulling together. We need change to come. I want to win trophies, bro. I'm sick of being the bridesmaid, bro. I'm done catching bouquets. I'm done catching bouquets, bro. Where's my bouquet when I'm walking up the aisle, bro? Why is my daddy not crying, bro? Like, why is my family not crying? I want to win, Drift. I'm sick of being second, bro. I'm sick of it, man.
Nah, I hear you, bro.
Why can't we make it happen? Why can't we put pressure on the club?
Because they don't give a fuck, bro.
No, look, Constance look really good, bro, but no one can't sit there and go, we don't need Gvardiol because we got Cons.
I'm worried he's the reason why we don't even care.
If that happens, bro, I'm done. If you lot think I was negative, you ain't gonna want to watch me this season coming if that's what we do.
I asked this before and I haven't even looked into it. Maybe people here don't even know. Can you actually get a GoFundMe going and give it to the club?
They probably wouldn't take it. I don't know if they'd legally be allowed to take it, to be honest.
Because I reckon if we did, as fans, start a GoFundMe, I reckon we'd easily be able to stump up the money.
No, fair enough. But at the same time, bro, like, my missus doesn't have to go and do a GoFundMe for school uniform for our kids because I'm about, do you know what I mean? Like, as the dad, that's kind of my responsibility to muck in and make sure the kids have got uniform for school. Surely the owners are meant to, make sure we've got players for the season.
No, but
we should have to be doing that. Let's be real.
You know what? We've got those type of owners that give you the toothbrush, give you the washing up liquid, and make you clean your shoes and wear the same ones to school the next year. We've got those type of owners, bro.
That might be me still.
Put a cardboard box in the shoe because the hole is only on the outside.
If there's holes, I'll buy new shoes. But if it's just scuff marks, then
No, but
shoe
that's the
policy
type.
built
That's the
out
type of
real good.
owners that we've got, bro. They'll just put cardboard in the shoe, bro, to stop the hole, and you know what I mean. Hope it don't
You
rain.
know what? David's right. Why are we giving billionaires money? That's such a humbling statement. Still, that is such a humbling statement. Yeah. We shouldn't be doing that. We should not be doing that. Yeah, we're better than that. We shouldn't be doing that. We can't be doing a GoFundMe and saying to some billionaires, "Here's some more money for you guys."
I hear you. No, we'd be buying it for ourselves. That's what we'd be doing, isn't it? If we did the GoFundMe, we'll be buying it for ourselves.
No, technically you're buying it for the club, which is owned by FSG.
No, we'd be buying it for ourselves.
I just want Gavardio, Lavia, another centre midfielder and a right back. I don't think I'm asking for much.
Oh, you're not. Well, I'm not gonna lie. At 100 mil, that's an expensive centre back.
He's not going to be 100 mil, 86 mil game.
Nah, brother. Apparently, 102 mil was the agreement they had with RB.
Damn.
And then apparently RB went, hang on a minute. No, actually, we want more, and that's what the stumbling block is.
Yeah, because Man City, but bruv, we've got a relationship.
Like, yeah, I know, but they're not going to want to lose another one of their G's.
All right, but Drift, all right, let me put it this way. You've got a pack of 10 Cinnabon. Yeah? I don't know you. We've never met before. You're selling these Cinnabons. I come over to you. Bruv, how much you selling the Cinnabons for? No good morning, no hello, no. How much you selling the Cinnabon for? Probably £3 a pop, so £30 a pop. £30 a pop, bruv. Run me that for less. Oh, you're being a bit rude. I don't care if I'm being rude. I want the Cinnabons. Then I step in. Drift, bro. I didn't know you're out here selling Cinnabons. What? Bro, here's an umbrella first and foremost because it's raining outside. You good, bro? It's me, it's Cal. You know, we do Kopish together. We chat offline and all that. How much you selling the Cinnabons for, bro? I was doing them £3 a pop, so 30 for the box. 30. Do you reckon you could do that at 25 for me, bro? And I'll give you that money now. Yeah, all right, cool, Cal. We know each other. I was like, all right, cool, Drift. Do you want me to drop you home as well? Like, should we go out and get some Five Guys? Where's man like Matt? Let's pick him up so he can get 6 and some wings from KFC on the way. Like, we got a relationship, Drift. You don't know this guy who just speaking to you in a rude way, bro.
Hey, I mean, first of all,
they said we couldn't get Szoboszlai, bro.
First of all, they're £5 each, so I would not be selling them for £3. Man, please you can get a 10 box.
You heard.
Man, please you can get a 10 box for 30 buff. Not on your Nelly, mate. But nah, all jokes aside, I get where you're coming from, but I still think they're gonna want what they want because they've already lost quite a few of their dons, and they need to be fully compensated. So you got to look at it from their point of view. They've already lost Nkunku, they've lost Szoboszlai. If they lose Gvardiol, it's almost all their prized assets gone. They're gonna want to make sure they're fully compensated. They're not gonna let him go for cheap, bro. I reckon £90 million minimum.
Yeah, but when Schmacker walks in the room, bro, it's a different setting.
I mean, can we give them a play? Oh yeah, and Lima's gone as well.
Valio's there, bro.
No, but we've got to give them a defender. We've got to give them a defender. Matip. No, Matip would knock about 8 mil off the valuation.
No, remember, we're trying to keep 5 centre backs, bro. So why not have
No. I would
on loan, bro.
Nah, that's kind of buying it. I'll be a bigger club than to want our youth player on loan, bro. They're a Champions League team.
I mean, they've just taken Carvalho from us, so
no, but Carvalho proved that he's more than just like a youth.
This might be early. I'm saying Konza's better than Upamecano. They'll take Upamecano back. I said it.
That's a big statement.
I know,
bro.
I said it. I'm in my bag tonight. I said it.
Fuck yeah, no, bro.
I said it, bro. I'm hoping these things get clipped up.
They say you shouldn't wake someone up when they're sleepwalking. So I'm gonna tread. I'll tread very carefully now to not. I don't want you to just have a shock on the camera.
The man called him Harry Upamecano, bro. I had never heard anyone speak about Konza like that. Not my centre back.
Did they really want him back, Upamecano? Is that
No,
a
but
real
they'll
thing?
take him back, wouldn't they?
I don't know. Would they?
Why have him back when you can have 2.0 short back and size Virgil, bro? Why not do that? I'm just saying, innit? Konsa might be the future, brother, and they'll be a part of his story. Or we can just take Gavardio and they have no one.
I think we should send you over, bro.
I don't think they want that, bro.
You sound like you've been to negotiating school.
To negotiate, I'll go over.
No, I mean the proper negotiating school, like the guy who turns up at the bank to find out what the robbers want.
With the megaphone.
Yeah.
How many of you outside? How many of you inside? What do you want? Come on, we can't get you the private jet. What do you want?
You gotta work with me here. They're fueling up the jet as we speak, but you have to work with me.
Oh man.
Look, I don't know, man.
Who would be your choice, then, Drift? If Klopp wants, it's not going to be Colwill. You're squashing my dreams of Gavardio. What are you saying? Sorry. Shirt all twist up, tie around my neck.
Not gonna lie, that meme is legendary.
That is brilliant.
Do you know what? I've stopped thinking about a centre back, bro, because I know we're not going to buy one. So
Klopp wants one though.
I'm still completely cool with it being a Nassi. I still think he's a brilliant player, and he would fit the way we play. Gahey, I wouldn't have an issue with it.
Not left-footed though.
I know, but I just think a defender of any form right now is good. It doesn't have to be left-sided.
Fine, let's get to them, bro.
Just a good centre back, whether he's left-footed or right-footed.
I'm saying, bro, a right back who can play right centre back and a left centre back, brother.
All right, I wanted to ask you this, and I'm being deadly serious, and I know a lot of people in the chat were really against this at the time. Were we stupid to walk away from Pavard? Does he not solve a lot of problems at Liverpool if we bring him in? I know a lot of people aren't really that happy with him, but he is a good player. He might not be an amazing player, but he is a good player. He covers centre back and he covers right back. He's got the experience. Are we not missing the trick by walking away from that?
Yes and no. Yes, because he can cover those two positions. Given how our system is with the high line and all that, though, I don't know if he suits us in that aspect. If we allowed him to play slightly deeper and just focus on defending, then I think we're good. But
I'm hoping we do. I know during
if it's Pavard and Gavardio and Lavia and Kone,
Bob, you keep just adding names, bro.
I know, bro. I know, bro.
It's outside with the team. I mean, do you need a cup of tea or coffee or anything?
What's it gonna take for you to come out? I'm just saying, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking, even though I wasn't really up for Pavard at the beginning, I thought about it, I was like, we might have missed the trick walking away from a player who covers two positions, man. I think it could be a bit of an issue we've done that, man, especially with him being available. Like, it's not even a pipe dream or something. If you offer a good amount, he wants to leave, they're willing to, was it 35 million? Like, it's not even really, like, it's something we should really be thinking about. I do think it's something we should really be thinking about, you know.
You can only pick one out of the two. Kimmich or Pavard, who are you picking?
Oh, Kimmich all day.
But Pavard solves two positions.
Well, so does Kimmich.
I don't think Kimmich wants to play right back anymore.
Yeah. Beggars can't be choosers, man.
He's not a beggar though, bro. We're the beggars, bro. We're the beggars. We are the beggars.
No, I think he would play inverted right back. I mean, put it like he has to do what he's told first and foremost. Once he's a Liverpool player, he has to do what he's told.
What's we gonna do? Treat him like Carvalho, bro? Say
no. Respectfully,
Promise him centre midfield, and then Klopp just goes shift back a little bit, Milner.
No, respectfully. We do it respectfully, but I think Kimmich would be almost as good as Trent at doing the inverted role, and I think he would enjoy the role just as much.
I want Kimmich doing inverted when we got, bruv. Just let Kimmich play right back and let Trent cook up in midfield, man. Why we got to do inverted? Why we got to give players 2-3 jobs? Just let them work, man.
Well, it depends what we're playing. What formation we're playing?
The quad, bro. We're playing for the quad.
You shot down my dream of Kimmich when you made me think that maybe in a lone DM role it would be too much for him. Because I was thinking that based on his experience and the fact that even though he plays in a pivot, he's still like obviously a very intelligent footballer. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to bring him in and play him in the DM.
He's not combative enough as a DM.
Well, we're gonna have the ball a lot.
Yeah, but when we don't have the ball, that's when teams score against us.
And we play Lavia in games that we need that, and then when we know we're gonna dominate, we play Kimmich in those games.
But we dominated a lot of games last season and still lost them because all it takes in the Prem is 1 or 2 goals and you lost the game.
No, but that was circumstantial. The front players weren't firing as well as I think they will this season. It was still easy.
To play low block against us, bro, because they had the lead, they had the advantage.
I know, but you can't really play low block when you've got people like Soboslai. Because now we have the ability to create and unlock that defense and shoot from distance as well.
Well, if you thought I shot you down, bro, H has just really shot you down. Kimmich said he's defo staying at Bayern. Thanks, H. Always bringing joy to the show, H. Nice one, bro. I'd cross Kimmich off the list then. All right, let's help these super chats. H has really put a dimmer in this show, man. It was going so well. Jason says Huddersfield 17-18. Yes, Salah missed a penalty in that game. You're right, bro. Musa says, big up Musa, ain't seen you in a while, by the way. Midfield is good, although could be room for more. Mac, Dom, Lavia, Thiago, Bichetti, Jones, and if needs be, Gakpo and Trent. For me, just hope we can get a centre back. What do you guys think realistically? I mean, realistically, I think we need 3 players before the window shuts.
Do you think we're playing hardball and we're looking to start the season with what we have, which is enough to get us to the end of August, and then maybe in the last week or so, see if a deal does become available for 1 or 2 players that we make? Where when teams get a bit desperate.
We played hardball last summer and ended up with Melo, bro. We don't play hardball. We play softball. Let's be honest, bro.
No, but we've learned from our mistakes. I'm not even. No. Do you know why we've learned from our mistakes, bro? Because Soboslai and McAllister got done so early. I know that they wanted to make sure that we didn't get held over a barrel the way we did in that scenario.
Bro, they both had release clauses. There was no negotiating.
Oh, we just went and got it done straight away, though. We made sure that there wasn't no messing around.
We tried to negotiate with RB Leipzig, brother, and we had to go for the release clause.
No, but what I'm saying is we still got it done early. And I'm not even trying to be shady to him because, it's neither here nor there. But Ward didn't really seem like he was about that life.
But Ward was about that life. Klopp wasn't, unfortunately. Ward wanted to get rid of quite a few people, and Klopp said no.
No. I mean, in terms of like being able to really take the mantle on from what Edwards did, and just be very, very astute, excellent, finding deals and etc. etc. I don't necessarily think whether it was to do with Klopp as well. I don't know. It's something that I don't know. I'm not being shady to him. There's some question marks about whether he was that guy. So hopefully Schmacker can continue what he's already done so far. He's got a point to prove, and he's only got another month and a half left as well. Like, you know what I mean? And just do something in that last week, maybe. I got a feeling that might be what we're thinking to do because Klopp likes to have players in before preseason. It's really weird that even Lavia we haven't like accelerated to make sure he's part of preseason in some way. I think that's what's bothering me more than anything, this Lavia thing. Like, it's starting to wind me up. Yeah, it's starting to really wind me up now.
I can see Chelsea coming in. I reckon Chelsea just waiting for us to agree a price, and then they just gotta go.
And then they know what the price is. Sure.
Jay, the activist, big up Jay, says CR7 is Portugal's captain, bad leader, won a Euro. Drift.
I mean, I think Ronaldo is
a
leader in the way
Jay's
of
writing you up here because he knows.
No. But even if I want to get serious for a minute, I think people just follow Ronaldo because they know that they'll get in trouble if they don't. So him being a captain isn't bad, even if he does like throw strops and all that, because everybody just does what he tells them to do because they know if they don't, the franchise is going to come for them. So that's kind of how that works with Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? And by the way, they won the Euro in the final without Ronaldo. So
bit shady there by Drifty, but nothing that I didn't expect.
Yeah, but he turned into an overpaid cheerleader for that game.
Yikes. A bit harsh again, but
go ask Messi what it feels like to actually be part of winning.
Wow, more shade. Okay. H says, big up Jada Flacco, man like Dyson. World-class majority of his Liverpool career, and even when not last season, brought us top-tier bank for Kopish. Top-tier bank. H is something else, man. Genie says, since top journalists are reporting Klopp wants a defender, if this doesn't get done, who would most of the blame go to? Mind you, Klopp most likely has someone in mind. Do you think FSG would pay the fee? I mean, if it's actual fact that Klopp wants a centre back and we don't get one, it's I want to try and be objective and fair here. Obviously, everyone knows my feelings towards the FSG. If he signals a name and says that's the only one I want, but it's unrealistic, then it's kind of on both. If it's someone like an Inacio and it's only a 40 mil release clause, then that's all on the owners. Either way, just owners should just go.
Do you know what? Big up Raza, who's just said something that's made me think of something, mentioning the investment we were promised. If you look at the scenario that we find ourselves in, Carl, right, where we were told that we were going to either be sold or there'd be heavy investment, neither which have come to fruition. We haven't gone big in the summer like we thought we would, and like some journalists said that we would.
Thought we would.
Well, some journalists, when the whole takeover stuff and investment was talking about, were saying that the main reason for that is because the owners know how much of an investment is needed, and we do need to go and spend 300 mil, etc., and that's why we need investment, whatever the case may be. Is there a part of you that's starting to think that FSG might be like really trying their hardest to do the things that don't make what needs to be happen because they don't really want any of their shares to be sold, or they don't want to sell the club, or so they keep doing this PR thing, but in reality they just become people who are quite hard to deal with, so nobody ever truly wants to. Because I struggle, and maybe I'm suffering from delusions of grandeur or whatever based on how much I adore my club and how big of a club I think we are, but I'm struggling to understand how there are other clubs in the world that can find investments and get ownership situations sorted or whatever, and we're like always dilly-dallying, and then in the end it never really happens. Do you think FSG keep deliberately but pretending they're not sabotaging any kind of sales and this and that? And because why does everything all seem like it's going to be one thing, and then it isn't even remotely anything close to that by the end of it? It's just a little bit confusing, isn't it, when you think about it?
It's this PR. It's PR. It's PR.
It's actually annoying me, man.
They're the best in the world at PR. Let's be real.
They are good at it. They definitely are good at it.
John II, big up John II. Pierre Emil Hoiberg, why aren't we in for him? If the club don't want to spend on an experienced DM like that, get him in. I reckon a couple years too late. I can see the logic in it, but a couple years too late for me. Jay says, what youth players have stood out to you? For me, Konza and Doak.
Told you about Doak, people.
again, I'm still not getting ahead of myself with that. I still think
when a 17-year-old knows how to take players on and all that, it's only up from there, man. You know what?
Unloan and actually get first team football on a regular basis.
The left, the new mixed race guy that we got.
Diaby settled in well though, hasn't he?
You know the left winger. What's his name? Begins with an S. No, the one that we just bought.
Scannell.
Yeah, he looks good, man.
We haven't just bought him. He's been in the club a little while.
Oh, somebody told me that we just bought him.
Not to my knowledge. I think we've had him for a little while.
Oh, have we? Okay. I didn't. I remember we had a conversation during the first preseason game, and a couple of people were saying that we just got him like recently because I've never seen him. I don't.
No, I'm pretty sure we've had him a little while now.
Okay. Well, either way, he's looked good.
Yeah, he has.
He's looked good. He's bright. I like him. He looks brave. I like him. He looks good. But I think all of our youth players, they've all kind of done a little something. Innit? When you think about it, none of them have been poor or rubbish or.
Bobby Clark. Well.
Yeah, good finish. They've all kind of been all right, to be honest. They actually have all been all right, to be fair.
Mario says, the Lord bless Flacco and his fam. Prem is ours. Big up yourself, Mario. Agree with the first bit.
That's again, man. We're losing Rebecca as well, man.
Yeah, I know.
She was the realest of the realest when it came to the footballers' wives, man. Like, she didn't have a bar of it, bro.
Mario also said, Klopp said that he wants us to be a possession team. Kind of already are. We've been a possession team a while.
No, but to be fair, bro, he said he wants us to be everything.
Yeah, he did.
He said, I want to be a possession team. I want to be hard to play against. I want to be a counter. He basically, he wants to be able to do everything, which is a lot to ask, but yeah.
Jay says, Gavardio? Nah, Joe wants to like a new sign. That's probably the conversation that's happening right now. Kojo says, Cal, can you tell us the plan with your hair this season, mate? All the super chats and we see no change. We demand answers. I'm actually got barbers this Friday. Well, let me address that before it starts to take a mind. So I've got barbers on Friday, Kojo, for anyone else. You know, ruthless in this chat. Anthony says, Cal, make another members video. Do we need a left centre back? You know, I'll do it. Bun it. It works a boss line. I'll do it, man. I'll do it. I'll do it by the end of the week. How about that? It's done. Big up yourself, Anthony. Hate says, Cal still hungover from fight night. Wake up, bro.
Wake up.
Do you know what? I got a shout out to Jersey Boy again. That was one of the hardest watch alongs I've done. Like, I was baked. I literally stumbled out the conservatory and I finished. My missus was just like, you should just go upstairs, man.
You know when you get a reality check of just how late it is. When I got in the cab to go home from the fight party, the cab man went, morning. And you get that realization, like, oh shit. I think I got in at 7:30, 7:30? Bruv, it was mad thing.
So this is what I did, yeah. So after UFC, I thought, let me not go upstairs. I don't want to wake anyone else upstairs. So I slept on the sofa because I knew I only had 2 hours of sleep. Imagine Robbie came downstairs and he's got a thing that he only wants the missus to sit in a certain chair. So I'm lying in that spot of the chair. But Robbie came in, woke me up, was like, no, daddy, mummy. Man tried to lift my head up so his mum could sit down in that chair. I looked at her and I said, you need to take him out of this situation immediately. He is barking up the wrong tree right now. Bro, when I tell you, when that watch along started, I was so tired I didn't think I'd get through it. Shout out to the comment section and shout out to Jersey, but I don't know how. I don't even remember the game.
Nah, bro, you're a legend regardless.
Nah, I'm not a legend. Stupidity, bro. That's Mario says, would you swap Penati with Gavardia? Nah. I'm trying to build a dynasty here, bro. I'm not swapping anyone with anyone. I'm looking to add. Jay said, good content as always, lads. Big up yourself, Jason.
Big up, Jay.
What's your top 3 summer signings from the Premier League clubs this season so far? Oh, I'm going to go Rice at Arsenal, McAllister for us, and then Kunku for Chelsea.
That's not a bad shout, to be fair. That's not a bad shout. Maybe Tonale over in Kunku for Newcastle. Yeah. That's not a bad shout.
Oh, I forgot Diaby, actually. I got to throw Diaby. So every time he scores or does something, it hurts, bro. It hurts.
I just think that we're living it. Do you know what? One thing I will say, and this isn't me defending the owners in any way. You lot know I wouldn't do that when it comes to us rebuilding.
Bro.
But what I will say is, when you look at how crazy the market is, it must be quite difficult now to actually realistically go and get players and talk to clubs.
It's their own fault, bro. If we had been proper over the last few years, we wouldn't be in this situation now.
No, I get that. But what I mean is, if you look at the market in terms of like, when it comes to some of it, because I'm not going to lie, bro, I truly do believe that Aston Villa only paid as much as they paid for Diaby because of who they are. I think if it's one of the top 6 clubs, you got to throw another 20, 30 mil on top for what they would have asked for. Like, it is getting stupid now because of how much money they know that the top 6 clubs, maybe Newcastle, kind of go in that category now as well. They know we've got money, bro. And that I don't care how good he might be, and he might go on to be a sensation. But Højbjerg has played 18 professional games for Atlanta, yeah? And he scored 9 goals.
Højlund, you mean?
Højlund, yeah, however you pronounce it. And Man United have just had to agree on £72 million.
Yeah, that's because they're idiots.
No, but bro, this market is just ridiculous now, bro.
No, it's not. No. They're idiots, bro.
No, but
80 mil from Maguire.
They've got to pay it or they won't get their man, bro.
But their track record stinks. It stinks, bro.
Yeah, but I think this summer they have been doing things a bit better than normal.
But you just said it, bro. They spent 70 million. Højlund,
no, because the market now, there's no choice, bro.
It's because of them, bro.
Mawani, 90 mil, the quotes that are going around. It's crazy, bro.
They're terrible at doing business, bro.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. A lot of clubs are being kind of made to pay more money for
60 mil on Mount as well, bro.
55.
60, bro.
Like Arsenal paid for 62 mil for Havertz.
Yeah, that again. I don't.
The market is madness, bro.
I don't want to bait up anyone's thing, but as I said, and I'll stick to it. Arsenal and Chelsea are doing money laundering, innit? If anyone can convince me, like this has been going on for years. It
is weird.
Gallas, Ashley Cole.
But look at how much Fulham wanted before he got the shoulder injury. Like, bruv, the market is crazy. So there is how much did Crystal Palace quote for Decore when we acquired for? How much did they quote us, bro?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
It's getting stupid, bro. It's actually getting stupid.
No, that's true.
There's a little part of me that's just thinking, it must be very difficult now.
If this happens, I'm done with football for a little while still.
That can't be true, man. How many left wingers do they want?
He walks into that team and says goodbye.
Yeah, but Martinelli is way too young and part of their first team to just be shifted out. Maybe based on ability, but if you look at what the player is to the club, he has been one of their most integral players. I find it very strange if they would just shaft him out like that.
But they could turn around and sell Nketiah and then play Martinelli up front. Or like,
I don't quite think that would work. I don't know about Martinelli as an out-and-out striker.
Bruv, it's what you could be thinking, bruv.
Plus, they've got Thingy who plays left wing as well. Trossard. It'll be a bit of a madness, bruv. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
If that happens, I'll be furious.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
But Drift, before we wrap up, is there anything you want to say to the people?
Big up as always for tuning in. Well over 1,000 for the majority of the show. Big up yourselves. Love as always.
1,000 likes, by the way, people. 1,000 likes. If you're watching this on playback as well, this has to hit 1,000 likes.
Yeah, come on, guys.
No dilly-dallying anymore. Don't be FSG.
I'm just, I don't know, man. I'm just starting to get a bit frustrated. I'm feeling a little bit like the majority of the people are, because I've been trying to be over positive and I've tried to been looking at
1st of August tomorrow.
I'm getting dragged in.
It's the 1st of August tomorrow. Still. Deadline day.
I told you. Yeah, the frustration. The frustration. Like, I was sitting there this morning and I was going through the news and I just felt myself, you know, that is it Arthur or whatever? I don't know, that cartoon when he's got the and I realized I was balling up my fist and I was like, oh raw. I was like, bro, I'm starting to get, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I'm starting to get a bit angry now. I'm starting to get, yeah, I'm starting to get angry, bro. If I don't wake up tomorrow to some news, then my demeanor's gonna change a lot.
Oh man.
Yeah, my demeanor's gonna change a lot.
Well, this should make you feel a bit happier before you go from Part Life Manager. Bud Crawford, the fisherman.
Look, man. People wanna say what they want. People wanna hate on him. People wanna do whatever they want. I mean, I got laughed out the room when I said that there was a very strong argument that if Floyd was still around 33, 34 years old, that this fight would not be a guaranteed win for Floyd. And I got laughed out the room, and I was like, you lot can laugh me out the room all you want. I think there's enough evidence now to know that would not be a guaranteed Floyd Mayweather win. Like, and that's not me saying I think Crawford is better than Mayweather, but like, the guy is absolute levels, man.
Crawford's the only boxer I've seen over the last few years that I would say could beat Floyd.
The guy's just so... Everyone thinks they can beat Crawford till they're in there. Everyone thinks they can beat him until they are in there. Bro, I don't think people understand. I know you understand, but maybe the casuals won't truly understand. He fought that entire fight unorthodox.
Southpaw, baby!
He beat man at his own game.
It's mad.
Do you know how sensational?
That's brazy.
That's brazy as fuck, bro.
That's brazy.
Man said, I'm gonna imitate you and beat you up. Nah, that's mad.
Brazy.
That is mad. First man in history to win undisputed titles in 2 weight divisions. What are we talking about, bro?
Crazy. He's different with it.
Madness. And I'm not even gonna lie. If he keeps on going up a weight and gets stronger as he's proven, as he's going up,
Charlo's potentially in trouble. Did you see him talking to Charlo during the fight?
Yeah. But not just Charlo. Spence is in trouble. Well, you wanna add more pounds to the power, bruv? I don't know if that's a good idea, bro.
It's not.
I don't know if that's a good idea. And I rate Spence is an absolute bad man. You know what I do hate though, before we go, bro? I hate the people that are using the kind of like excuses to not give Crawford the credit. Like they want to more be like, oh, it was on Spence and this and rather than just like, no, he just got in there with a don and he got donned up. That is what it is, bro.
Hydra said he took away his jab, took off his belt, and started beating him.
I know there was I don't know if you was feeling this way, bro, but there was a point around maybe the 6th round where I kind of felt like he took his foot off the gas a bit because he actually liked Errol. I don't think he was enjoying the beating he was putting on him. At the end of the 6th round, I think it was, he went to give him like a dab and like, are you all right? I've never seen Crawford be that like humble. I don't think he wanted to punch him up, bro. I reckon he could have knocked him out a few rounds before, you know?
Yeah, he could have. He's mean. He's so mean in there when he flicks the switch. So mean in there. The techniques is immaculate.
It's sensational.
It's immaculate.
It's absolutely sensational.
Part Life said Crawford showed Charlo his nuts. He did. He did. Like, he's different, man. Jason says, Cal, 64 mil on Nunes, 72 on Highland. Is there much difference? If anything, we've slightly overpaid for a younger player who's competed at a better level. Disagree. Nunes has had a season under him where he looked brilliant. Top goal scorer for Benfica, if I'm not mistaken, top in the Portuguese league, and was doing it in the Champions League. Highland hasn't done either. I still think we overpaid for Nunes, but there was more of an argument to overpay for Nunes than there is for Highland.
Do
Look,
you know what?
Hoyland could still come good. I'm just saying, as of right now.
Oh yeah, based on potential, we have absolutely no idea how good he could become. He could become an absolute sensation. That's a fact. Nobody's doubting that. But when you just go on the evidence we have based on what's factual and what is actually being done, there isn't anybody in their right mind that can justify 72 million. There's nobody in their right mind that can justify. Once upon a time, that's how much Kaká went for.
Yeah, but that's different with different markets and all that.
I know, but I just want to put that out there to make it seem more silly.
Because that's like saying Ronaldinho and he went for like 30 mil, and we know in today's market Ronaldinho is touching 150, 160.
I know, but Kaká was like a record bid at that point, if I'm not mistaken.
At the time,
right?
yeah. Hate says Crawford is fake, moving like the Khabib of boxing. I mean, I wouldn't even say Khabib, because Khabib just had one style of fighting. Crawford's got every style you can think of. He can do inside fighting. He can fight at range. He can be on his toes. He can stand flat-footed. He can do it all.
Counter punch, everything.
Oh.
It's the guy is sensational. He's absolutely sensational.
Harty says, going to be annoyed if Arsenal get Raya better than Ramsdale or Ramsdale. By the way, hate the revisionism some are doing around Spence's career to downplay, but facts. Yeah, if they get Raya again,
I hope they don't get him. I hope they don't get him.
It's all right. So it's calm though, because we got Adrian, so it's calm.
But it made me laugh my arse off today when I heard the Arsenal fans saying he's coming in to be backup to Ramsdale.
Better than Ramsdale.
Backup to Ramsdale.
That's actually a disrespect. It's actually a disrespect. He's better than Ramsdale.
Oh my days, Ramsdale is gone.
Jason says only justification is price inflation. Drift mate, yeah, agreed.
No, I understand that. It just still feels ridiculous.
Would Crawford beat AJ? No height differences. No, he's not beating AJ. Like there's a reason there's weight classes.
Yeah. It would if he took,
like AJ weighs over 100 pounds more than him. Like,
if he took a Joshua punch, I wouldn't want to watch that happen.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me the question that if you matched them physically and then said skill set, he'd annihilate AJ.
Oh yeah, like that'd be over in 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm an AJ fan, but bro.
Yeah. No, we just gotta say it is what it is, bro.
That's a 3-round fight if he's lucky.
Yeah.
He figures AJ out in the first 30 seconds, and the rest is up to him how long he wants to drag out the beating for.
Do you know what? Before the Crawford fight, I heard some rumors around Spence versus Canelo.
How would you feel about Crawford versus Canelo? That's gonna tear you to shreds, bro. We can't do that in 1 year. We can't do that in 2023. You had to go through Hendo, Firmino, Fabinho. You can't put Crawford in there with Canelo. Not this year. We gotta wait till 2024, bro.
No.
But 2023 is a lot.
Yeah, that has.
I wouldn't wish that on you still.
But if Spence got in there with him, I'd fear for his life. I'm not gonna lie. I think
Canelo beats. Now he beats Spence, but he doesn't beat him how Crawford does.
But the power of Canelo would
but Spence wouldn't stay in the pocket with Canelo.
I don't think he'd have a choice depending on.
No, he wouldn't stay in the pocket.
But I mean,
Lara didn't stay in the pocket, and he won that fight, in my opinion. So. Long time drifter killer man. Long time drifter killer man.
I don't know. I think it'll be a brilliant fight in terms of like how the anticipation would be, but I don't want to see Spence getting there with Canelo, man. I don't.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Crawford has a very good chance of beating Canelo.
If I'm being completely off, I think Crawford does beat Canelo.
Oi, if Crawford and Canelo fight, Jiff, we've got to do a watch along for that. We've got to do one in person, bro. We have to.
Yeah, you know me, bro. I'm up for it.
We have to. I need Matt there for my protection.
That would be difficult still.
Oh, that would be life complete, bro.
That would be difficult.
I'd need Matt there for my protection, obviously, but that'd be
the only thing that would be harder for me than that would be Ward Canelo if that had ever happened.
Yeah.
But it is what
Ward
it is.
would have smoked Canelo, though.
I think Ward would have beat him. I think he would have
smoked Canelo, bro.
You're going too far, but I think he would have beat him.
He would have smoked him, bro.
I mean, Ward's my guy anyway, so I'm not even gonna.
Ward's my guy as well. He just smoked him, man. That's not even anything on Canelo. Ward is just that guy.
No, he was. You know how I feel about Ward.
Like Crawford ain't beating Ward.
What I mean, if you gave them the same size and then you just matched the skill set.
Oh no, I'm talking about if you went up in weight.
Oh no, no.
He ain't beating Ward.
Because those guys are just more naturally heavier. So, like, you know what I mean? Putting on weight isn't just as easy as putting on weight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Ward can do switch stance as well. Ward will match him.
Mm.
But Crawford, I'm telling you, I think Crawford could do a job on Canelo, you know. We could even see Canelo get stopped.
Bruv, look, I'm all for it, bro. Boxing needs these fights.
We ain't gonna see. Canelo ain't taking that fight.
Oh, you don't think he would?
Nah. Canelo looking to wrap up his career.
Did you see Plant's slap?
Oh, that was a lot, you know.
I like Caleb, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I like
not a man
Caleb.
to take any nonsense, bro.
No, apparently he dissed his wife or something, though, innit? That's why he slapped him. Apparently it was a proper disrespect. That's why he slapped him. And then there was a fight after the Crawford fight as well, innit? Apparently, like another rumble kick, though. Caleb's about that life as well, you know.
Fully about that life.
Bruv, he's about that life. Yeah, bruv, he's no mug still.
Yeah, he's not one of them guys you think you can punk. I don't know if you know about Jaron Ennis, Boots Ennis. Do you know about Boots Ennis, Drift?
I've been hearing the rumblings. I've been hearing the talk and everybody's talking.
Again, I've got Crawford to win. Boots tests him, though.
Look, like I said, I'm not going to do the jinxing. I'm not going to do the smack talk. All I'm going to say is this is what I heard about everybody who's...
Nah, Boots is different still.
That's what they said about Spence, bro.
No, but I'm still saying Crawford wins, but Boots is different still.
No, he's good. That would be a brilliant fight. There's a lot of talk that actually will be the next fight. Boxing needs these fights, bro. I'm
here for Boots and Crawford. Boots and Bud, I'm here for it.
We need these
finally back, bro. It's about bloody time, man.
And obviously we need Tank and Stevenson. Or we need Tank Stevenson and or Haney. Like, we need the boxing needs these fights, Cal. We need these fights. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Jay says, lay off my Charlo boys. I know them in real life. I wouldn't mind interviewing one of them. Either one would be good. Let us know, Jay. I'm gonna be real though, Jay. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. Crawford beats it. Crawford wins. He'll go up and take that 54 strap. He will do it. I think Charlo knows that as well.
I think the rest of the world realized what we already knew in that Spence fight. Don't doubt this man.
Yeah. Just don't take it for an idiot, innit?
Just don't doubt him.
Yeah, don't take it for an idiot. He's that guy, man. Boy, have you caught up on UFC yet?
Not all of it.
Okay, cool.
No,
I won't say anything.
And I tried to like
switch off your comments. Switch off your comments before anyone spoils.
I tried to flip between the two, but it became really difficult. So that's why.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Me, Luke, Jamie, we had it simultaneous, bro. I had it on the TV. I had it on my phone. Like everything would just see streamlined.
You know when you called me, you was live in it when you called me.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to find a bit where you called me in the watch along because I didn't know exactly where it was. I didn't want to accidentally see something that I didn't want to see.
No.
So yeah, I'm gonna go watch it back after.
How far have you got into UFC?
I don't want you to shout at me, so I'm not gonna say anything.
So you haven't started watching?
No. I have seen some, but I'm not gonna say because I didn't. I've done I didn't do it in chronological order, basically. But I'm not gonna let you know what I've seen because
I know. Park Life says Boots fights in slow motion. That move was crazy. Facts. You've been watching it backwards. Okay, cool. Is this what you do in films as well? Yeah, you start the Terminator 2 at the end.
No, not backwards. Just not backwards. I just have yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, what a bad way to end the show, bro. Like, on the real, bro. I swear you do these things every week, bro. What a bad way to no. Big up to you guys. People, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button. Okay. Close the door behind you, please. It's late as well, Steve. This boy pushes the boundaries, man.
I told you, but he wants to make sure he said good night, though. That's
no, bro. He shouldn't even be up this late. Look how late it is, bro.
I mean, if he's got mum's permission, he's safe.
He doesn't have her permission, bro. I can see her looking at me. I think he's played us off against each other, bro. Actually looking, bro. She's looking at me like she thinks I'm giving permission, bro. It's long. I'm not making eye contact, man. It's actually long, bro. It's actually long. Because I ain't done anything, bro. But she thinks I have now, bro. So it's long, bro. He's playing us off against each other. Cool.
He's a smart boy.
Yeah, man. No, it's long, man. People, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button. Had over 1,000 of you strong in here. So please make sure we get over 1,000 likes on the playback as well, people. We'll have a show coming out for you probably tomorrow. And then we'll be back for the live or watch along on Wednesday as well, people. You see H is comment.
Oh, yeah.
Someone says Jim goes to interviews in joggers. UFC casual. H is elite. I can't lie. H's banner is elite.
I had to prioritize. Prioritize Crawford. I had to.
No, H is elite, man. But no, people, much love to you all. Big up to you all. Let us know in the comment section. Happy with Virgil, happy with Trent being vice captain, and which centre back would you go for Liverpool Football Club, people? Make sure you switch on the notification bell. Make sure you also follow us on social media as well, people. Got some stuff coming out on social media over the next few months that should be very enticing as well. People, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Until we see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.
Peace.